Something about Quim Quo Quivian Way.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Mr. Alec a hand.
Oh, he knows I can't do the 10th one. I can't do all 10.
No. You can do it, but what this has displayed, what you gave a display of is your energy, is not to be held back. And it's as if you're sprinting a quarter of a mile so fast you outrun your purpose. There's no pressure, there's no diamonds. When you stay in the logic of going slow and taking your time and really thinking and stopping and associating words with colors or images you have in your mind, then your memory stays fast and your memory is you. That's when you become your memory, and that's when all things within you are solid. Concerning the past, the now, and the future. You must remember the past is history, the future is a mystery, and now is a gift because it's called the present.
Well, that's, in a way what I was saying earlier is that I have a great memory for things I love or things that I think are important. And so what would you say to that? But then things
I'd say the most important thing you love and important to you is you. That's the secret to fulfilling your destiny through the evolution of your spirit of truth, your spirit of freedom, and your spirit of spirit.
So we're mean to other people because we really hate ourselves, but we love ourselves when we mean to other people?
Well, it says enemies. You must learn to love your enemies. Because in the truth of it all, enemies are friends in reverse. And they show us things about ourselves we need to change. And that's why they're here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking to Gary Busey, and I talked to Gary about a year ago, about 6 months ago, and he he's an investigator of a lot of different things. He's been looking into world government and the New World Order, and into the different facets of it. Gary,
sir,
world history, tyranny, tyrants. How do we deal with the general public not even being aware of the fact that power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely? People before us, our founding fathers knew you got to restrict government, you got to restrict control over our lives, because bad men will get control of those mechanisms. The government's just a tool, but you don't want to build the tool, the device that can enslave and destroy. Do you have any comments to that?
Yeah, through history, through the beginning of time, we've been learning that power is the ultimate achievement. No matter how the power comes, no matter how you use it. If you're in power, no matter how it is, negative, positive, indifferent, stoic, nothing. But if you feel you have power, and whatever way you use that feeling to give you the power you have, whether it be tyranny, wars, the greatest oxymoron of them all is holy war, which is not in God's plan. The poor people of the Middle East, the Islams and the Muslims, and the Arabs and the Taliban, the Afghanistans, the Pakistanis, Iraq, Iran, Syria, Turkey, Israel, Palestine. They all have a purpose on this earth, but they're not using the purpose God gave them to use. They're using the fear that they have by not using God's purpose. And the best way to stop wars is to have women fight naked. Because if women fight naked and the men stand aside, the women will end up having a Tupperware party and the war will be over.
Well, then we won't have much war because they're trying to put the women into the military. Even they have found about half the women that went to Iraq.
Take their clothes off, have them fight naked, and watch what happens. The men will be coming to watch them fight naked. And it'll be a joy. Everybody will be happy. Everybody will win. Everybody is a winner. Not the powerful people. They're not the winners. They're the users. They're the ones who betray. Power is a gift we have to utilize within ourselves for others in the best way possible. The paradigm of power is the highest standard of power, and that simply is giving.
Well, Gary, certainly throughout history there's different types of power, and there's powerful people that are powerful because they do good things, and they do it for the right reasons. Why is it, though, really dark, evil, wicked people who are sadistic and enjoy doing bad things to populations, enjoy mutating populations spiritually, physically, financially, why do those type of individuals normally get into power, and then once they have power, no one's challenging them, they increase the murder, the slaughter? How do we stop? Well, number one, why do we see that happen, or do you agree? And then number two, how do we stop that?
A lot of the people who are under the power of the tyrants are like sheep. They know nothing else. They have no role models. This is from generation to generation to generation. and they come with generational curses, and they come from the spirits of evil. And there's 14 of them that are listed in the Bible. And when you have these spirits of evil working with you, within you, around you, and you have the spirits of evil working in the leaders and in the politicians and in the generals, working with them, you have nothing but evil. Nothing but evil. And the most endangered species is dedicated leaders.
I mean, good leaders.
I mean, dedicated leaders in the right way, in the good way.
That, folks, that is incredibly, the old 60s word, heavy. I totally agree from my study of the New World Order. That's exactly what's happened. And they're so evil that it's so generational. They're so compartmentalized at the top of the pyramid that they don't even know it. This is what they are. They're a beast just lending people.
Yeah. And the people are allowing it to happen because they know nothing else.
Can you speak more to that? That was key. What you just said really was advanced. I mean, it helped me see a lot. Can you tell folks more on that line of what you were saying?
Well, what I was saying earlier was to understand the freedom you have of being who you are, and your family, your loved ones, and your professional workplace, and the faith you have. And the word faith, F-A-I-T-H, that stands for fantastic adventures in trusting Him. Him is God as you perceive it. But God is not evil. God is not destructive. God is not a tyrant. God is not barbarian. God is all-knowing. God all is. God is all. And it's the most powerful thing we have working for us. And to get out of the way of people guiding you into a place called a box canyon or a corral without a gate or a fence, you're trapped. You're in a self-imposed prison of yourself and what you live in. And if you're not feeling right about something, or you have questions about something, write your congressman, write your senator, write President Bush, and be a voice, because we the people are the people of our government. And Thomas Jefferson, 29 years old, wrote that down on a piece of parchment. That's our Declaration of Independence. And there's so many, there's a lot of negativity going on in our government. There's a lot of negativity going on in our neighborhood. And one thing we must learn to do is never compete with the energy of the neighborhood. Our body, ourself, is our first neighborhood. Our second neighborhood is our family. Our third neighborhood is the house we live in. Our fourth neighborhood is the neighborhood, the houses around you. Fifth neighborhood, the city. Sixth neighborhood, the state. Seventh neighborhood, the country. And the eighth neighborhood is the world.
Infinity.
Never compete with the energy of those neighborhoods. Learn how to fit into it in your way of truth. And understand that the one way to be safe and to be in a place of nurturement is being true to yourself, without the advice from others on how to handle and be more powerful over others. Because that's what planet Earth is about. We're here to learn truth. We're here to learn unconditional love. And we are here to accept all things, and knowing God will take care of us all in His way, on His calendar. Open yourself up to that. Don't live with the traditions and rituals of generations ago, because it hadn't worked. It didn't work back then, it's not working now. So get in touch with yourself and your heart. Listen to people who are saying things to you that you must listen to. And don't go, I don't need to hear that, I don't want to hear that. That's your fear coming out. And I'll tell you this, that fear is the dark room where the devil develops his negatives. And the word F-E-A-R in the spell fear, that stands for false evidence appearing real. For what you fear, you create yourself. You have nothing to fear because you are yourself. Look for the answers in your heart. Look for the answers. People who are giving you information that's not supposed to be out because it's too good. Want everything kept in a controlled state. That's not the way we are to live here. We're supposed to live. We are required to live in the truth of ourselves. It's called finding the freedom of your me. I found the freedom of my me. You can too. Just by paying attention.
Unbelievable. Gary?
Yes, sir. Captain Sir!